Hello, I'm here. Oh, I've only got 2 bars. But hopefully my internet isn't choppy. I'm running late. My name is Lucinda. It's there. But hi, I'm Lucinda. I didn't even know if I was going to go live today. Very last minute decision. And I got remodeling going on. And I have a little dog that barks every time a person moves that's not in the family. So the person comes in the door, the dog barks. They go out the door, the dog barks. They walk by the window, the dog barks. They come back in the door, the dog barks. I mean, he's 12 and a half, took him to puppy school. He's totally trained, except for this one thing. Never learned. So since Thursday or Friday last week has been non-stop. Going over the hill to get parts, having, a friend, but someone who's not usually here coming in and out. No water, hooking the water up and boiling it so I can wash my hair because it's the bathroom that's being redone. It's just, sawing, banging, blah. Yeah. So he was here today and I didn't know, what was going to happen. So last minute, I decided I started Thursdays. I'm going to keep on. So here I am. I'm going to keep on. I'm late. That's not unusual for me, but I'm going to do the best I can. So today, one person, hello, is my mixture of eclectic vintage items. I always do, and jewelry, vintage costume jewelry. There's some contemporary, really cool jewelry as well, and some really for me, some of my favorite type of costume jewelry items being offered up today. I always recommend that you watch the preview. I uploaded a preview 2.5 hours ago because I tend to put more in after I do a preview, but I also tend to put more in the preview than I can actually get to. So if you go watch the preview, fast forward real quick, and you at any time during the sale, and you see an item that you're really interested in me showing, and I will repeat this a few times during the sale, then put it in the chat and ask me to bring it up, because otherwise I just may not. And if you're just here, to hang out and chat, that's cool too. I really enjoy chatting, learning, sharing our joint passion for vintage, both household and especially jewelry. I like it when I don't know something or I have misconstrued or forgotten something about a piece and someone puts it in the chat, because I'm always learning. I'm always relearning. Engagement keeps me going, which keeps the sale going, which keeps everyone happy and having a good time. And, the reason as long as there's only one person here, the reason I got into doing this again, I started with eBay selling vintage items when eBay was brand new, 2000, 2001. It's because I love this stuff. This is my passion. Additionally, physically, I'm not capable of a lot of other jobs. I have some disabilities. I couldn't do a 9 to 5. I just couldn't do it. So this is my business. I was a caretaker for 4 years. I always say this. For both my parents, I lived exclusively down there for the last 2 until March, when my father passed. My mother passed in 2022. I forgot what I was saying now. I was slacking off on how often I came on, and I stopped altogether for a period of time and just grieved. So I am picking the banner back up, and I am coming on twice a week. I'm doing my best. I don't know if it will remain Thursdays and Fridays. If I do some static drops, I need to find partners to also be on with me to bounce off each other, and all of that's going to happen. So there you are. This is week 1 of a 2-week build a box. I do 2 weeks of building a box. That saves me time on invoicing, and it saves you hopefully money on shipping if you buy a household item and you stuff jewelry in there. If you stuff a lot of jewelry in, it does go by how 3 different versions of ounces, but it just seems to work out better. Now, this week, I'm late in invoicing. Your invoices will be out tonight. As soon as I get paid, everything will be mailed. So hopefully I'll be mailing everything out to everyone that bought the last 2 weeks, Monday, this coming Monday. So, and it's late because I've been having all this remodeling going on and everything is spread out everywhere. And my brain just feels confused. I'm not in my routine. So there you go. If you're here for the first time and you bid on an item and you win said item, then I need you to email me. It's down there. It's a .net. Your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address with zip code, and your PayPal email address. If you do not have PayPal, you can check out as a guest, but that is how I bill. And I use Pirate Ship to save you about 1/3 on shipping. I'm in Northern California, Mendocino County. How about you? Where are you from? All righty then. That was a pretty fast introduction. I don't know because I didn't even post a thumbnail about doing a sale today until 3 hours ago because, again, I wasn't sure. I don't know how many people are going to come in and out. I don't know what's going to happen. I have people that watch on the replay and send me emails and are interested in items. So I'm just going to get started. Ooh, excuse me. The first part of the bubbly water has the most seltzer bubbles. And that is the part that always makes me have a little kind of hiccupy burp. After it sits for 2 minutes and now that condensed pressure escapes, then it's just like a water with some non-calorie flavors. So, and I do have a couple items behind me, clothing, that are available. The old, I believe it was a wedding dress, probably 1930s, maybe 50s. It's very tiny. It could be used as a pattern. It's gorgeous. If anyone's interested, let me know. There is the kimono with some protein stains, most of which I got out with huge palms. It is pink inside and teal blues with the pom-poms on the outside. It is incredible. There's also a 1918 purse up there that is fabulous. So if anyone's interested, tell me, and I'll let you know. And I am going to do a pretty quick sale because, like I said, I've been exhausted with all this remodeling and the noise of the dog and the sawing and the banging, which isn't done. I mean, I'm not going to have a bathroom, even though it's a really simple job, till, God, like another week and a half. But then it will be fabulous. But I'm exhausted. I have pictures to send to a local business up here of my higher end real stone jewelry that hasn't been selling. I need to do that today and finish the invoices. So I'm going to jump in, and I don't do recaps. Anyone watching? Whoa, where'd my comments go? Oh, anyone watching on the replay or who comes in late, you'll need to put your speed on double time, or if you just watch regular replay, email me. If you come in late, put your speed on double time. Go through and say, hey, I'm interested in those elephant brooch that didn't sell. Could you put it up? How much is it? And I will. Alrighty then. I'm going to get going and we will see if anyone comes in. We will see what's what and who and how and why. How's that? I do have one person who isn't talking, but you are here. Thank you. I'm sure other people will come, and that's something that I'm going to take out of my brain. I'd like to put a thing that just covered that up. It's right up there, so I didn't see it at all, because that makes me feel like, oh, nobody cares. Why am I bothering doing this? And I've said this before. I need to just, there's got to be a way. I want to check my YouTube and make sure I'm not glitchy, because my bar keeps going up and down. It's very weird. So I want to make sure that my live is not glitchy. And of course, I don't see it at all. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Y'all. House. Very strange. Here's my channel. Well, that's not helpful. Where's me? Me, myself, and I. And I know I'm up against some of my friends who are selling right now also. Where's me? Okay, I'm not going to spend time on this. This should be up and running right now. I'm confused. That's nothing new. Okay. I'm very confused. It should be right here. Oh, and I've also been having a real runny nose from all the dust from this construction. Yeah, I don't know where I am. Live. It should be right here. And it's not. So guess what, people? I hope I'm not glitching. If I am, please tell me. Okay, this is a starting bid of 16. I'm just going to go. It is, who is this name? It's a beautiful, cute little brooch. I've had it for a little while. I have not fully understood why it hasn't. Oh, Claiborne. So I guess it's Liz Claiborne Incorporated. Claiborne. You know, it's always really hard to see. Probably 1990s. Well, no. Taking that back. The pin sticks all the way through. It's a Claiborne. Interesting. It's 1960s because of the pin back going all the way through. I learn something new every day. A silver and a gold elephant brooch. These are really cute. I'm thinking that's either a couple or mama and baby. Really well done. It's heavy, heavy. And it's pretty big. Now, I just learned something new because I did not know, see how thick it is, that Liz Claiborne, see the pin going all the way through? Yeah, that's a 60s to 50s. I did not realize that jewelry was that old, her line. So I just see, that's what I mean. Talk to me. I did not know that line was this old. Now I will be looking that up. So 16 starting bid. It's really adorable, and it is heavy. And silver and gold. I think mommy and baby. Maybe a couple, and it's 2 3/4 inches long. And 1.5 inches wide. It's really nice little brooch. Would look good on this shirt. Boom. Okay. Thank you for looking at that. I appreciate it. Moving on. Welcome in. This is a buy it now for 14. I don't do recaps. If you come in late, that was just my first item. You'll have to go back and watch again. Now this, I put in a buy it now 14, and they have a name. Ooh, this is a good deal. for 14. Nice. Good. I like being able to do that. I like not catching everything. Here is the back. So they are long. They are ear climbers. The backs are probably a little bit of copper over brass. There's a tiniest bit of green patina. And what you probably cannot see as well as I can, I'll try with the loop. It says Western Germany. Western Germany. That's not helpful, is it? I don't think that's helpful. See the other one. The ring light's really in there. Western Germany, moving on. So these are they're wired on. There's the wire. They are climbers like this. And they are gorgeous. Milk glass, white and black milk glass. Really large. These, I could sell these elsewhere for about 25. About 25 because they're very large and they're Western Germany. I'll give you a measurement. To buy it now for 14. And they're I can give them a little bit of clean on the back if you want. I haven't done so. They're 2 inches long. Yeah. Really, really nice ear climbers. Someone's texting me. I hope they don't need my attention right away. Oh, nope. I don't recognize that at all. Good. I've had such. Okay, they're going in the bag. I've got this weekend. I'm going to be, this weekend, next week, sorting all this jewelry back into appropriate bins so I can get everything together and listing. Okay, let's do this. This is a fascinating piece for which I've never been able to fully figure out what's going on with it. I'm so sorry I'm sniffling. It is because of the oh no, that is, just ignore that. Starting bid 17. The renovations. So this is 1950s, 1960s. Could be earlier. I don't think so. Stretch bracelet. Red and white. It is bumped out right here and goes down and down. So it's in like a triangular oval shape, if you will, with that bump. When I bought this in my early days of eBay, it was sold to me as Bakelite. And I remember testing it in the ways that you test for Bakelite. And I remember that it is Bakelite. However, I have not tested it again. I think I've only showed this 2 times since I've been selling on YouTube for the last 2 years. So I did not get a chance to retest it. So therefore, I cannot claim that it's Bakelite, and I'm not going to. It may just be an older plastic. The stretch on here is still really well put together, although I wear a ton of bangles, rings, brooches, everything all the time. I would wear this, although I don't really like stretch bracelets. But because I love plastics, I would also just collect this. fits over my hand. Like I said, the stretch material is not giving out. From the late 50s, early 60s. I'm a 7.25 wrist and it fits me perfectly. Starting bid of 17. It is 1.5 inches wide. 1.5 inches wide. And like I said, I haven't tested it again to see if it's Bakelite, but that's what it was sold to me as way back when. And way back when, I tested everything. Does it feel like Bakelite? Does it look like Bakelite? I said that weird. It does. The red in particular. It has that real cherry red and that composition of that material. But like I said, I didn't test it. It also, well, let me say this. I'm going to say that I believe it's not, even though I remember testing it and all the rest of it. And the reason I'm going to say that is because I'm Bakelite Kathy. The reason why I'm going to say that it's not, although some Bakelite was machined, but I like the Bakelite that was carved during the war. It has, and I'm not able to show you all, it has little tiny circles on each piece, like being pressed in a machine. That doesn't exclude it from being Bakelite, but it gives me pause. At any rate, it's pretty fabulous. It's not a common design, and it's definitely older. Okay, hi, Kathy. What's going on? Yes, tell me how to talk today. I've been too busy. Too busy. My brain is like, blah. Let's do some kitsch. I love this little dude. I bought this little dude for myself during the last year of my father's life. It was in my window, in my bedroom, at my parents' house, and it just made me happy. But he's too big, and I've got a lot of changes going on up here. So I'm going to pass him on. In the kitsch world, this dude, he is he's newer than I thought. I didn't remember. My goodness, sorry. 1965 Baby World, I think Chicago, Illinois. So there it is. Do any of you all remember? He's a squeak toy, because I certainly do. These little rubber squeak toys that now are for animals. But when I was a kid, and way before I was a kid, they were for babies. And we chewed on their nose, and we left them out in the rain. The whole deal. Kathy, good luck. Good luck with all that, Kathy. So obviously he has some wear. His eyes, are supposed to be like that. He's got a little pink on his cheeks. Yellow, because it's a duck. It's supposed to be Disney, right? Like Donald. Look, there's got a daisy with pink on it. Little yellow top suit and tails, right? It's like cut like the old-fashioned jackets, right? And little pink on his feet. I bet there was a pair of these. And let's see if it still squeaks. Kathy. Nope. Air, but no squeak. But I love him. Kathy, I bet you had these. And look how big he is. In this up bill, like way up, like I guess he's smiling. So he is about 7 to 8 inches tall. And he really, for being 1965, he's 60 years old. Oh my God. He's 60 years old. And so the paint ended right here and right here. And then it was just plain in the back. Can you imagine giving this to your baby now? But he looks really fabulous in your kitsch collectible up on a shelf in a baby's room. He's fabulous. Kathy, I can't believe you're doing what you're doing. So he's going aside. If anyone's interested later, let me know. I love him, but he's just too big for my current collection. Kathy, I need to do a YouTube channel where I'm hanging out with you and some of the rest of us gals, and I'm cleaning up my space, and you're putting a dresser in your craft room and tearing up your junk journaling, and like old ladies working, but old ladies going crazy or something. Oops. I'm telling you, let's do it, because I need someone here with me to tell me, motivate me. Oh my God, at 11 a.m. we're blah, blah, blah. I got to get on it. Oh, Lord. Okay. So this is a choice. Buy it now for $3. It does sound good, right, Kathy? I'm telling you, I need the motivation. I have chronic pain, and, I'm mostly by myself, and fall decided to come into Mendocino County in California. It has rained on and off for 4 days, and the day I had to go over the crazy top of the hill hairpin curve road to run a couple errands, it was pouring rain. And it wasn't supposed to, and it was, and I was just like, oh my God. And I don't have arthritis, but my body reacts like arthritis when it rains. I was in so much pain. So it's just been a heck of a week, y'all. And yesterday's energy was crazy. I am not recovered in any way. So these are rose quartz earrings on nice kind of, do you call these lever back, y'all? Is that what you call this type of earring wire? Not sure. And they're just really nice. Look at all the striations. And this is is it glass? Yep. And this is a small cut, there you go, pink bead. So that's your first choice. And they are probably about 1.5 inches long. So that's the first choice. And the second choice, and again, anyone who just came in, invoices are almost totally complete. They will go out tonight. I will be mailing on Monday. I'm behind because of all this from the last 2-week Build-A-Box. I'm behind because of all the renovation. These are yellow, same kind of style, cut, faceted yellow glass up here, and yellow dyed mother of pearl dangles. $3 a piece. They're nice. They're just nice. They're just simple. Same style of earring wire. Tiny bit longer than the other ones. Yep. There you go. So that, and I showed these last week, but they can go in the $3 pile. Those were put together more recently. This is a vintage 1970s hematite pierced earring, and it can be in the $3 choice as well. Okay, so there you go. Remember, I don't do recaps, y'all. So, Kathy, how are you moving this chest of drawers by yourself through a doorway? I hope you have like a dolly or something, you know? I mean, I have a dolly, but not that kind of dolly. Let's do another household item. What do y'all think about that? We have yeah, Kathy, that's kind of how I feel about this whole hairpin, like 1,000-foot sheer drop road that I went over. It's like that. You can be on one side and it's pouring, and then you come back and there's sun, and then you're coming down into the valley, and the fog is so thick you can't see. It's like, even with headlights, it's like, oh my God, I just need to pull over. But if you do that, it's going to get worse. Hey, Kat, how's it going? So this is a buy it now little tiny trinket dish. Cardboard. Kathy, you have cardboard? Oh, you have me on TV, Kat. So this is a buy it now for $6. Kathy Wiseman, are you telling me you're moving the chest of drawers by having it on cardboard to slide? That's what I think you're saying, and I've actually done that, so it makes sense, but I'm just checking. I think this is, like the 70s. This is the bottom. I'm pretty sure it's an iris, and I'm pretty sure it was a soap dish. It is cut glass. It's very nice and thick. It's really well done. I'll tell you why I think it's... Kathy, you are telling me that. That's what I thought. Here's what it looks like on the inside. It has the gold edging going around. And then see how there's a lip. Now, it's skinnier here. All right, so check this out. It's very skinny here. Then it gets a little wider, and really wide. And then skinny, skinny, skinny. So, and it does have, these are raised. You can see that, right? These are raised so it doesn't slide. And also the flour is pushed out. So I'm assuming it was a soap dish. Yeah. Yeah, Kat, right? That's what I was saying. So this is a buy it now for $6. It's a really nice piece. And in fact of the matter is, you know what? I'm getting a brand new vanity it's much larger, and it has a deep sink and a high up faucet, so you can really get your hands and arms under there, and you can really soak things. So I could wind up using this for a soap dish, except I use pump soap. So I don't know. I'll tell you how wide it is. Kat, I was just telling Kathy it's almost 7 inches long, just a fraction less. I was just telling Kathy that, and 4 inches wide, that I need to start a channel, kind of like Old Ladies Working, but Old Ladies Going Crazy, where, once a week we just get together and we motivate each other to move dressers, to clean up all this jewelry mess, to put the shelves together for the inventory, to just hang out and be motivated while we're feeling crazy, because I need motivation. I need a partner. That's just how I am. I mean, I do okay on my own, but if someone is with me, I'm there. I'm on time. I'm like on it. So put the pump on that, Kathy. Put the pump on what, girl? What are you talking about? I don't know what, Kathy. Thank you all for entertaining me, but what am I putting put the pump on my soap dish? Okay, sure. Sure. It's what? Kathy, you're in a feisty mood. Okay, this is a starting bid of 16. And it's something I bought for me. It's the only one I have. And I know I paid more. I know I could probably get more, but I think when I haven't shown this in a long time, and it's really old. I forgot the company. I actually, if this doesn't sell, it's going to go on my shelf. I forgot I had it tucked over here because everything has been so put away. This is really heavy and hard for me to hold. This is one of the most beautiful wedding cake holders I've ever seen. These dips, the glass goes up and then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes in, if that makes any sense, or you're not seeing my finger. So this is cut out and raised. I'm going to take it apart and show you. It is flashed, but there is no, at least I think it's flashed. Yeah, it's flashed. But there is no wear to the flash at all. I think I paid $25 for this. And that's what I was going to say. I paid $25. I forgot it was stashed over there. And it's going to go in my collection if someone doesn't claim it this week. I just want to show you. I love this piece. I feel like this ring light is blowing it out. There you go. So there's the lid. Let me show you. It's too heavy to. Here is the base with these beautiful, this glass. Oh my gosh. Here's the inside. I used to know the maker. Oh, Kat, I'm so sorry. I bet it is. So even this is cut and divoted, and look how old the glass is. You can see all those lines, right? This is old glass. When you can see all the lines, that's a good indication of old. So when I say old, it's flashed. Like, I don't even know. 30s, 50s, I really don't remember. And I used to know who the maker was of this particular one because there's so many. And it's just, it's cut. Even this is cut. Every single piece, and it's heavy. Every single piece of everything where you could cut and carve and make a decoration on this, that has been done. It's hollow in here. It's beautiful. Cake holder. So what you do, Kat, I'm so sorry you're suffering. What you do is you can do like this and use it as a candy jar. And you store your wedding cake in it from your wedding, right? I don't know. So at your wedding, you take a piece out and you put it in here, then you take it home, then you freeze that piece. And you can turn these over. Is it like this? No. It's this. Excuse me. You put the lid under the base. It's meant to stand like this. Yeah. It's a whole thing. So a starting bid of 16 for this piece. I keep wanting to say Indiana glass, but I don't know if that's right. Because I'm not, glass is not my first thing, and I don't want to say wrong. So from the bottom to the top without the tower and the glass knob, it is 6 inches. If you go all the way up to the glass knob and the 4-tiered raised with the knob, it's about 8 inches. 8 inches tall, and it is 4 inches wide, and it is about 2.5 inches deep. So, Kat, I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. Remember, I don't do recaps. So if anyone comes in late, please, I haven't brought that many items, but please watch the preview and or put it your speed settings on ×2 or 2x and through and drop in the chat, because I don't always get to all my items. So that's my new tip for how to find some. Kat, so what I hear with you putting a pillow and this getting old is that your pain is in no way better. That's what I hear. And that sucks. Okay. This is the most expensive item I'm bringing today. I'm pretty sure. This is one of my all-time favorite items I've ever had in my, I sold at the flea market in the 70s with my mom. As I said that, I looked up at her picture above me. We sold, we used to buy 50-pound boxes that were returns to Macy's and Capwell's. And, some of them had a broken clasp or a jump ring was missing. Most of them were just fine, but they just threw it all in these bags and then sold it by 50-pound boxes for $50. So we sold at the flea market like that for 2 years. And in the 1977, we walked away with like $600 to $800 a day in our pocket. Yeah, by just sitting and untangling and fixing a jump ring. Dealers bought from us. We sold 3 for $1. And a lot of it was sterling silver. I mean, this was good costume jewelry back then. Totally crazy. So out of all the things that I've been selling for years and years, this is one of my top 10. And it is on Marlena, my helper Marlena today. This is celluloid. This is 1930s. This is, I've never seen one like this anywhere. It is incredible. Let me show you. It has a celluloid with silver chain. It has an acorn, like, as I call it, acorn, this ball metal solid drop for the enhancer. Let me take it off of Marlena and show you a close-up. Oh my God, Kat, this thing is so incredible. So here's the hook. I mean, you could say that it's 1950s, but this is not a thermoset plastic. This is celluloid. And so all my research and because I love plastic, says to me 1930s. Not 20s, because that would be flapper. So here are these gorgeous flowers with these rhinestones. I mean, you could argue early 50s. You could. And so it's possible I'm wrong. But that's not the hit I get on it. Fact of the matter is, I'm calling this celluloid. I've never tested it. To me, everything about it screams celluloid. But it may be Bakelite. Although this is not a normal Bakelite color. And it has that thinness like celluloid. And that kind of smell and that feel. If you know plastics, you know what I'm talking about. It could be Bakelite. So there's, this is just the links, but you could make it longer or shorter. there is this incredible dangle. Thank you, Kat. Kat, what are you? And here's the other side. There's no damage to this. Here is the back. Now see how it's just kind of like a stamped metal in the back? So that could make it seem more like a 1950s. But I remember doing my research. This has been hiding in my box forever. All the rhinestones are there. There's no dead stones. It's so pretty. It is a 14-incher that is fully extended. 14 inches. So it's not a choker. Look how pretty. Starting at 38. Oh, Kat. Don't tell me that. Yeah, Kat, it's like this incredible. I can't even describe the color correctly. I don't. All I know is that at top 10, and I've had so many pieces run through my fingers. This thing, God, wouldn't you love to have the matching earrings and maybe a bracelet in the whole set? Yeah, so this is going in a bag immediately. Kat, honey, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know, okay? So this is a piece that if it doesn't sell this week, it's getting listed, or maybe I'll take a, you know what? I'm going to put it aside to take a picture today for the little, well, it's not little, for this really cool hotel, restaurant, cannabis dispensary, cannabis farmers market, cannabis kind of like lounge, like a drink lounge place that's super famous and really expensive up here. They want me to send them pictures of some of my vintage jewelry that is semi-precious stones. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to get in, but they carry that in cases. So cross your fingers for me. Yes. Oh, I know, Kat, but I'm worried about you. If there's anything I can do, you need a space holder in your sales slot, whatever. You want some advice, you want to talk to someone, my phone number is at the bottom of my emails. Call me, okay? Well, this weekend, Kat, I'm just taking photos to send to the lady that I finally ran into. And this weekend is the county fair apple and rodeo. And so I'm going to go watch the sheepdog trials. I'm going to go see all the little kids, 4-H and 4A or whatever animals, and the judging of those animals, and all the produce. And I don't do rides. And the rodeo with the Wrangler butts. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I love it. Every year I wait for it all year long. It's a big deal in this valley. And it's sheep and apples, because that's all this valley used to be. I hated it when they turned it. Yeah, Wrangler butts drive me nuts. I hated it when they turned this place into a bunch of vineyards, and there's still sheep and there's still apples, but nothing like what there used to be. And that is so sad to me, because, it helps the economy, right? But I don't want to drive through, just tons and tons of vineyards. I could go live in Napa Valley if I could afford it, if that's what I wanted. That's not what I want. This place is redwood trees, sheep, apples, old-fashioned farmers that have been here for a couple hundred years. I mean, other than the Native Americans we displaced. Okay, off that soapbox. This starts at 18. This is thermoset. It is this beautiful 1950s, beautiful maroon swirled. They've got to be a flower, right? That's all that in there. So I'll take it off of Marlena in a minute. Now I'll do it now and show you it. I believe it's missing its dangle. Here is, and I'll look, you can really date this by the chain. Look at these links. There is no jump rings. These are solid pieces attached to each other. Really interesting design, early 50s. But now here is the shepherd's hook. And here's the end. There's no dangle. So the dangle went missing at some point. Here is the front. I believe this red, see the thermoset? It's almost a moon glow thermoset, but not quite. And it does, depending on the light, it's darker or redder. On a gold tone with great articulation, so it has a lot of movement. This really nice. See, I think that's the bottom, the base of the flower. Hold it like this. The base of the flower, and then this is like an opening, I don't know, iris? Maybe? This too has been in my box forever. Here is the back. Now see, this is the thing. A lot of people would see this back, again, just like the other one, because it has that, kind of stamped, patterned metal on the back and think, oh, well, that's 80s or 90s. But if you know your stuff and you know the plastic you're looking at, it's not. It's beautiful. So let's see. So you can see how long this is. And then this is so much longer. So it clearly had about a 3-inch extender, right? It just is missing the dangle. And again, it's going to be about a 14-incher. I love this. The color is outstanding. That's something I could wear to the rodeo, depending on what I dress as. Not dress as. I'm not going in a costume. Oh, my Lord. Depending on what color shirt I'm wearing, and if I decide to wear a cowboy hat or a baseball cap with the county fair on it. Yeah. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these flowers. Boop. Okay. Thank you for looking. Yeah, I hate rides. There's no way. This is going in a bag. No way. But, oh my God, the rodeo, the little kids dragging the giant cows out into the middle of the arena where the rodeo is held to get their prize, number 1 or whatever. And they need their mom to help pull the cow, and they're following behind some goat who's following some sheep. And then the little girl behind has like a little rabbit. I mean, it's a whole thing. And I love it. Okay. I'm going to show this. And thank you for looking at that. And then, I know that bucking bulls and broncos, I understand it's not very nice, putting the things on for a few seconds. I understand why they're mad. The animals. I understand why people would get up in arms about that. But the skill it takes, well, I lied. This is also expensive, this piece. The skill it takes to ride one of those animals and the skill and strength of the bulls and the horses, unbelievable. And the ladies who do the coordinated horseback riding with to music, my God, they are so good at what they do. So the whole thing is just a win-win. And then right next to the stands is our local fire department, which is all volunteer with the exception of like the boss and someone else, burger stand. And they make the best burgers. So, I mean, what do I have to lose? Not much. So this is not focusing so well. It doesn't like that light at all. This is either, it's definitely crystal. Is it rock crystal? Quartz crystal? I'm not familiar enough to know what the difference would be. It is not glass. It's a bracelet. It's incredible. The light on here, it doesn't do rainbows, but it's not showing in here. It's so bright. And here, someone made this on cord. This is on like that silk or cotton cord. This is the toggle end. And then this is the dangle end, the round cut square. Here's the design. Let's see. So it has, I'm trying to show you this, but it's blowing it out. The 3 strands of quartz across, then 3 beads down this way, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait a minute. This is a little tricksy. So here's a small little square here. Here's a small little square here. Then it has the large oval cut. 1, 2 in the middle, 2 on the top, 2 on the side. Then it just has the 3 beads. Then the same 6 cut. And then to end it, again, the 2 small with the beads. And so what you do, this thing is incredible. I think it's quartz. I think it's rock crystal. So what you do is you put the toggle. I'm doing it backwards for y'all. You put this toggle through one of these loops. So you can either make it this tight or this tight. And then this piece dangles. Okay. And it's expensive because this is a really expensive, beautifully carved bracelet. And I wish it was showing better. I don't think it's showing very well at all. And that's the thing, being in an office. When I was in my mother's office while I was a caretaker, there was a window with all this natural light. And it was either too much or too little. So now I'm in a room with a window with blinds with natural light way over there and all these ring lights. And it blows it out. So here it is, and I am a 7.25. So this first little loop is a 7.25. You could take it down. Let me show you. This last loop is a 7.25. This first loop would make it a size 7. Okay? It's pretty. Think about it. This is another piece that I'm wondering. I think, it's available. I'll take, but I'm going to put it where I'm going to take photos. And then I will just let them know that as of right now, these items are available, but someone may claim it, in the next week. But it's going over here where it's stuff I'm going to photograph. Because I'm trying to get on my game. Kat, what are you doing for your, what can you do for your pain other than, getting the steroid shots and, forget about surgery. I mean, what can you do at home that would help? Anything? Like a heating pad? Or does that make it worse and you need ice? Can you take a leave? Ugh, God. Cat. I'm sorry. It just sounds terrible. Yeah, it is. Sciatica pain, which is what you have, right? Like either pinched nerve and it's pinching and it's sciatic, right? Is like hot, burning fire, like a wasp is stinging nonstop or something, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. God, you know what? I hope they find on like an MRI that you just have a tiny little bone spur and they could just shave that down and it'll go away. Oh my God. Cat. Get the heck out of here. How is that even possible? Oh, that makes me so sad. Ugh, my daughter has herniated disc, spondylolysis, all kinds of stuff, and her back is horrible. But oh my God, Cat. So this is a buy it now choice of the 1970s puka shell necklaces. I got these. Oh yeah, recently in a lot from a reseller friend who had a big bag of what she called shells. And a lot of them are shells I'm going to take apart and put together jars with shells. But there were 3 puka shell necklaces in there, completely intact. And I thought, what the heck? Why are they in here? I grew up, so this is the first one, and I'll show you both in depth, in detail. I grew up where all the guys wore these as like the surfer dudes. And a lot of the girls, like a puka shell in the 70s was a requirement. And this one on Marlena, say hello to Marlena, is pastels. Do you see the pinks and the blues? And it's much thicker, bigger pieces. And you can see in here the teeny tiny, I hope you can at any rate. There you go. Those are round shell beads. And they are every like clump of, I don't know, 6 to 8 beads. I mean, 6 to 8. Well, yeah, you can call these beads cut pieces of shell. And they're graduated sizes. So I'll show you this one first since we're on it. Here is the barrel clasp. This one is gold tone. So it is, I don't think you're seeing the pinks. Okay. Yes, Kat, do what you need to do, honey. I want you all to see that this is pinks and blues, but I feel like, and very, very, and that's there. This is not dyed. This is the natural color of this shell, and I don't think it's showing up at all on screen. I don't get why. So, for instance, here is a piece that has the blue. I don't. Miss Wiseman, oh wise friend. I think actually some of this pink and blue on the big ones is dyed. Can you see the pink and blue on this at all? There you go. That's a good angle. And then the little shell beads in between. The bottom, yeah, the bottom really shows the colors. And they're about a half an inch wide. And these little tiny beads, I was saying they're shell. They might be mother of pearl in between. It's hard to tell because they're so little. This one, see, you can really see the colors there. There's less color, mostly pinks and whites in the smaller size up here, but it doesn't really want to show. So how long is it, you might want to know? Let's find out. They're meant to be short. This one is about 15. They go relatively well with my mother of pearl vintage earrings, but this one's about 15 inches. Goes great with my country denim shirt. This shirt was my mom's. It's really too small for me, but I don't care. Now, the other one is browns, tans, and pink. And none of this is dyed. This was made from conch shells. Just your basic standard vintage puka shell necklaces. 18, your choice. I think this one is going to be 14 inches. I love the nostalgia of these and the simplicity and the fact that it's natural substances. And this one is a silver barrel clasp. I wonder who just came on. I lost everyone. So this one, if I had the clasp closed, 13 and a half, okay? Because 14 is like here. So I'm going to go with 13 and a half. And these are, this one is definitely unisex. The other one they may have done in a pastel because the surfer girls, it's the whole Beach Boy theme, yada, yada, right? Just like then along came the everybody was kung fu fighting song. So all the guys would wear these, but ha, 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 wah, all day long, like as if they knew how to kung fu fight, which they did not. Yeah. Okay. So here's these two. Your choice, 18. I love them both. And they too are going to go over for a quick picture. They would be, lower end of what they're looking for. It's probably not what they're looking for because they're a pretty high class joint, but what the heck? I can send it to them and find out if they want it. And if they don't, that's okay. And it might also be for them something that would sell better in the summertime. I don't know. We shall see. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's do a buy it now. F13. Now, this is that herringbone pattern is what I call it. Although, I remember there was herringbone and fish scale. They were both a thing, started in the 70s, carried on into the 80s. And I think this is the herringbone and the fish was kind of more diagonal to make it the fish scales. I believe that's a correct memory. It is very much looks electroplated gold. I mean, it really screams gold, but there is nowhere on here. I mean, look at the shine. There's nowhere on here where it says anything like that. So I searched high and low. But everything about it looks gold. So I don't know what to say about that. But it's a buy it now for 13. It is from the 70s. Here's the extender. Boop. It is a bracelet. And in the 70s, I had the fish scales. I had the herringbone. Here's the clasp. The necklaces. I didn't have a bracelet, but I think I had a fish scale choker along with the puka. And I only owned so much jewelry. It probably fit into one small box. As a teenager, I didn't have, the amount of jewelry I have now. Thank God. I mean, I wasn't a rich, spoiled brat. So this is a big size, especially with the extender. I will measure the length. I don't have a mandrel for bracelets, but I'm going to venture a guess based on how large this is. It was probably for a man. These were, made in Italy. This was like an Italian style, and it started out being promoted as a style for guys in the 70s, and the men wore it with like their chest hair and their shirt collar open and all that, right? Anyone else remember that? It's not just me. And then they realized, hey, everyone likes it. And they started making them and promoting them for gals as well. I looked at the clasp over and over to see if I saw any markings, even gold filled, anything. And there's some old something on one side, but I can't make out anything that says anything. So there you are. So the bracelet itself is just the bracelet without the clasp or the extender is a scooch over 7 inches. If you go from the clasp 7 to the extender, it's almost 10 and a half, fully extended, 10 and a half. So I'm going to go with that. This is like, good Lord, a size 8 and a half, maybe a 9. And again, see, the reason I'm thinking gold is because this is a gold bracelet. And look at this. But If it is gold, it's like electroplated, like they used to make them. And something like this in the 70s sold for, the necklaces sold for about 30. So I would think this would have been about $20. Yep. Okay. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. This is going, I'm not sure where. I'll put it back in a bag. This one is hard because with these, you don't want to, what am I trying to say? You don't want to squunch it up, and because this will get a permanent crimp in it and you'll never get it back out. So that's why I wasn't sure how to store it. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do now? Let's look at some spice jars. I don't know who just came on, but they did. Okay. I have these small ones, and I have medium and large. I have a whole 12 set of these, but I've had them forever, and I've shown them, not for a long time, but many times in the past, and no one's been interested. So I'm just I want to move them. So what are we talking about? They were in my preview. These at one time were in everyone's house. The Lesterware spice jars with the gold paint. Let's get rid of the ring light. This, let me show you the lid. So this is a small size. This is pinks and blues. Trying to get it to show. They're very, very heavily lustered. It doesn't really want to show. Hold on. Really, there you go. Really, there's no damage. They are they porcelain? Yes, they're porcelain. So there you go. Look at, when I turn this, you can see how much shine is going on. The color is not coming out as well at all, but heavy, heavy. God, I wish you could see this. Why can you not see that? Maybe you can on YouTube and just not me. See that? Here's the bottom. Now, these were made in, not in Japan. These were made in, I believe it's Bavaria. And this one happens to be for ginger. It is, I'll give you an exact measurement. It is 3 inches tall by about 2 inches around. And then with the lid, that makes it about 4.5. And I have 4 of these. So it would be your choice, $9 each. There's ginger, or, hold on. And I do have the medium and the large. So I have 12 altogether if you want a set of spice jars. I have a set already. This is pepper. It has a different mark on the bottom, but they're all, let's see, made in Germany, not Bavaria, Germany. They're all made in Germany. They all have the same color wave. Some have a red stamp, some have a gold, but they're all the same company. These are were highly, highly collectible at the time that I picked them up. Look, this one has black, but they're all made in Germany, and they're all the exact same colorway. These are very hard to find in huge sets. At least they were when I bought them. I don't know anymore. So that one said, I forgot. In this one, mustard. I actually use mustard in cooking. So I don't think these were used. I mean, you look at the top of this one, has a little bit of stuff, but I would not be scrubbing at lusterware nor soaking it. I would lightly take a Q-tip to deal with it. They are porcelain. They are Germany, so not West Germany, 1930s to 1950s. A lot of lusterware is generally 1930s. So your choice, $9. I got one person in here. Your choice, $9. Or for all four, so 4 times 9, look at me trying to do math. Good God, 36. For all four, 33. And then, like I said, I have the medium and the large, and it's all the same colorway, and they're all different spices and flowers and sugar. So if anyone out there is interested in the larger sizes, if you're watching on the replay, you come in late, let me know. I've got it. I don't know where everyone went. Everyone disappeared on me. Someone else came on at 4 o'clock. Everyone was like, I'm going somewhere else. This lady is boring. Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you. I truly didn't. Sorry about that. Okay. Since I just showed containers, I'm going to show these. And no one's in here, but maybe you'll watch on the replay and be interested. This, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 6. I don't remember. Anyway, I bought the whole set. They were mailed to me. The way they were packed was inside of each other to fit it in a smaller box. So with packages being thrown around and with them stuffed inside each other really tightly, the medium one, the top, the side kind of cracked just a little. I fixed it with epoxy, so it's fine. But the large size, the mushroom came off the lid. So the large is basically like, I don't know, maybe one day I'll use it as a planter, but I'm not going to try to sell it to anyone unless they really wanted it. And you can just buy the lids on eBay. They are the Mary mushroom containers from the 70s, Sears and Roebuck. The whole set, which I have, minus the mushroom top on the one, plus I think I have an extra, generally goes for about $125. So I am offering a starting bid choice. I just have the 2 little containers right now at $10. Oh no, I have a little and I have a medium. $10. It is a screaming deal. I live in the country on all this land. I have to put everything in containers. And I was so happy to have these sold to me by a reseller. I actually haven't seen her. I think she stopped selling on YouTube. I'm not sure. I haven't seen her in a long time. Look at these. So Sears and Roebuck's, here's the one side with the 3 different mushrooms. It's just like the frog, the Sears and Roebuck frog from 1976. Here's the top. This is a mushroom, right? With a little mushroom handle. Here is the opposite side. It just has 2 mushrooms. Here's the bottom. It's upside down. So what it says is copyright Sears and Roebuck and Company, 1976, made in Japan. This is the little one. They've been sitting on my table during the remodeling, so they're a little dusty, but that's just a matter of washing them. So that's the small one, starting at 10. I'm telling you, look, it's just thin ceramic. These are the thing. These are the SH blank blank. Look them up. So this way, I figured instead of trying to sell them as a set, maybe you just want one. And a starting bid of $10 is a good price, y'all. I'm telling you, I promise. And they do have some dirt, which it's just because they've been sitting. Here is the medium. This costs like about $20 online, just the medium. You can buy the whole set, or you can buy them individually. And see how that mushroom cap is carved? I love these. I mean, I absolutely love these. They're hand painted, so they're all a little bit different. See how this one has orange and a darker orange, and the mushroom is 2 different colors. Yeah. And then here's the top. And like I say, they're dusty, but they're brilliant. Here's the inside. There's no damage. Here's the inside. And these are still the small and the small. The medium one is not over here. But, if you're interested in more than what I'm showing, let me know. And I am happy to $10 a piece, including the large. Oh, is that what happened? I knew someone. I was like, someone came on. It's Kathy, I'm still trying to figure out time and what's best for me, and I'm starting to think that it would be in my best interest. Thank you for telling me that. It would be in my best interest to probably start coming on 3 times a week with 12 items, 15 items, or twice a week with like 12 to 15, and then just do my Friday. Yeah, because I'm always up against someone. What are you going to do? I'm just going to keep carrying on. But I am getting to that point of showing items and not getting anywhere. So, when I start getting to that point, I'm like, I got to bounce. Okay. This is another First Thursday higher end item. I will bring it back tomorrow as well because it's pretty cool. I had no idea that this was what I bought when I bought a large lot from a friend of mine until I saw the maker's mark on the back. And I was like, who the heck is that? I've never heard of this person ever. What is going on? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, dang. How cool is that? So, yeah, because she's always on Saturday. So, because you're talking, I know who you're talking about, Thrill of the Thrift. And she's so lovely. She's a fantastic person. So, and I was confused. I was like, she doesn't usually come on. So yeah, she will get the views because, she's incredible. She's incredible. And I don't have a problem saying that and promoting another reseller. There is room here for everyone. And she's been around for a long time and she's a freaking angel. So this is vintage from the, good Lord, I can't remember when they started, but I looked this particular brooch up after I saw the maker. This is from the late 50s, early 60s. It is just a brooch, right? Gold tone, but then it has a carved scarab in there, which of course it doesn't want to show very well. So let me do it again. You like my evening sky nails? I've never got these before, this color wave. So there is a carved scarab, and this maker apparently used both high-end fake and real stones. In this particular one, there you go, there's some more detail. Many resellers out there are saying that this one, in fact, is carnelian, brown carnelian. Now, I cannot confirm that because I don't have a $300, $400 Presidium. But in all the ways that you can tell if something is glass, I feel like a wasp just flew by my face. If something is glass or a real stone, I actually believe that this could be a brown carnelian. I also learned that, and I'll tell you the maker in a minute. I also learned that carnelians today are all heat treated to stabilize and brighten the color to darker. It used to be raw, and I didn't know that. Kind of like all turquoise is stabilized for the last, I don't know, starting in the 80s or something. I didn't know that either. The older turquoise, would break and crack, and then they started treating it where it's all stabilized. So if you know, you would know, but it's a carved scarab. It does not look like glass. It has depth and detail, and it's not clear. It has little inclusions inside, just a few that I can see, which is an indicator of a real stone, but I can't claim that. Now, who is it made by? It is made by PEP. P dot, a period, E period, P, copyright. This was a very high-end costume jewelry maker, and I forgot the gentleman's first name. These sell on eBay. This particular brooch right here sells on eBay between $40 and $50. There is one listed at $18. I think they're just trying to beat the competition, or they don't know what they have. So I just learned a new costume jewelry, high-end quality vintage maker. When I bought this brooch, I got a really good deal on it, and I thought it was just, a brooch. I thought this was plastic. I had no idea. So, for your consideration, and it's a big one. Some people have also put that these are gold filled. Okay. I don't see, and they do, this maker, again, gold filled. They will make that, but they do make items with that, but I don't see anywhere on here where it says anything about GF or 12 karat or so. I believe it would, so I'm going to presume that it is not. Here is the pin. It is just a rollover clasp. It's big and it's heavy. It's a nice one. Same with rubies. Oh, Kamal Gupta. Now we're talking Indian here, Gupta. You're talking my language. I can sing in Hindi and Malayalam and Tagalog, and I forgot the other names. Kamal Gupta, ruby. So rubies are all stabilized, Kathy, is what you're telling me? Anyway, I'll tell you how big a cross it is. If you change your mind, let me know. This is apparently one of those, like if you collect vintage jewelry, this is one you should have. 2.5 inches across and 2.5 inches long in this bow. And I really, yeah, I can't tell you that it is, but I think it probably is. Carnelian. It's, there you go. Okay. Interesting. So I'm assuming that Kathy is telling me that rubies are also stabilized now. Don't know what that is. This is another one. I'm unsure. I will hang out with it for now, but I'm unsure. It may be going in my it may be going in my to be photographed pile. So remember, I don't do recaps. They are baked. Yeah, it's interesting. So this is a buy it now, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not going to go on for much longer. Let's do this. I know I came on late. An hour and 40 minutes almost I've been on, and that starts to be my timeline. So I want to show you the back on this first. So this is a good time if there's anyone who's actually here who is interested in something or who saw my preview and there's an item I haven't pulled up that you are interested in, please drop it in the chat now. Household and jewelry. And if there's something in particular you're looking for or you would like me to be looking for you as I'm out there curating, going to stores, finding deals in lots of different places, let me know, please. So this is the back. See the carving? This is a hand-carved celluloid Victorian pin. It might have been, so let me tell you what I'm thinking here. I just want you to see the carving part first. And then you see this very crude clasp, which is actually, it goes in, oh, I'm out of the camera, sorry. It goes tucked up right under there. And this moves. It's on a little screw swivel joint. And the clasp does not stay in so well right there. So if someone buys this, I'm going to pull this down and tuck it under a little more because it's not going to stay on like that. Here is what I want to show you here. See the hole? Now that is a handle. I get it. But what I'm wondering as I show you the front, it's teeny tiny. What I'm wondering is if this wasn't maybe a lamp pull. They made a lot of celluloid little items, tiny items like this. Sure, it could have been a brooch, but they also were like lamp pulls and other little things. So that's a carved basket. Oh, I didn't highlight my price. It's a carved basket with carved multi-petals, flowers. I'm sure they're roses. Then they enameled the carved leaves green. Then there's a carved handle for the basket, and the bottom of the basket juts out. It is really cool. This is antique. So what I'm thinking here is that this may have been on a hat pin. It may have been a lamp pull, something else. And then, but it also could just have always been exactly what it is. And then in the war, they made it into a brooch. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it's possible. But the white roses in the basket is Victorian. It's gorgeous. I wish it was showing up better. And it's tiny. Tiny. It is barely an inch long and like an inch and a quarter wide. And each side has 4 roses, and then the green leaves everywhere. And there is, it's celluloid. There's no damage. This is intricately carved. And the clasp, it needs me or someone to pull it down. It's copper. It might be brass. To pull that part down and make it, yeah, Kathy, I'm with you. And make it stable again. It's not that hard. I have tiny, I don't know, they have to be really tiny, and just pull it down like that. For that matter, I don't even know if I'd wear it. I would display it in a miniatures frame. I would put it in a thing full of brooches, antique brooches, and just display it. I wouldn't want to lose it. And I buy it now 14. I think that's pretty reasonable, if I say so myself. Okay. So this is going to go sitting over right here for a minute. What do you guys want to see? I've shown almost all my household. I have a couple things. I do have some more jewelry, but like I said, there's all this insanity going on here with the dog and the remodeling and the okay. I don't know. The other stuff I have in here, it could come back tomorrow. Since it's already put aside, that makes it easier for me to think about tomorrow. Less items to add. Hold on. This is really fun. This is another item that, Kathy, did you get your chest of drawers moved on cardboard? Yeah. Into your room? If you're moving a dresser drawer in there, that says to me that you're done ripping apart stuff and sorting through it, which was only like a month-long project. So that's progress. So now I want to know if the cardboard worked to get the chest of drawers in the room. Okay. This is a buy it now of 10. This is a much older, again, this came from that lot of shells. I guess this person just did not want to be bothered. This is a lot of shells. I mean, no, it's not. It is a lot of shells, but that's not what's happening here. Start over. This is shells woven onto a grass, made to look like flowers. These teeny tiny green brown ones are those teeny tiny little snail beads, is what I call them, like hermit crabs. Teeny tiny. And, oh God, Kathy, good Lord. You have a lot of energy, lady. Everyone, send your energy to Kathy. So, golly, I can't believe it. So these are those teeny tiny little snail shells. And then these are the little, I can't remember the name of them. I think conch. They become big conch shells, right? With these orange circles. And then it's on grass and a ribbon. Yeah. I've done the cardboard slide before. So look at that. I believe this is from the 70s. I know they still do this, but this one is more vintage, might be the 80s, but I think 70s, maybe even 60s. And what is it, you might ask? This is from Hawaii. It's going to be my assumption. And it's meant to go not around your wrist, because it's really big. I'll show you. It's too big. Unless you have a large wrist and you could do that. But I'm pretty sure this is for your ankle. And it's for hula dancing. Or, that's a really derogatory term. Hawaiian dance, native dancing, which I do not know the correct name, but hula seems very like white person, like that's not the right thing. So I just thought it was really cool. And I know we're moving into winter, but how fun would this be to put around your ankle next summer? How fun would this be to go ahead and put it on a larger wrist size? How fun would it be to tie around a lamp, to tie around a single curtain in a smaller room that you have as a tie back? Yeah. I think it would make a great tie back on a curtain, actually. Yeah. So buy it now, 10. Yep. Okay. Well, y'all, I appreciate, I obviously always have a lot more jewelry here. I didn't show my tiger's eye sterling silver necklace. I didn't show the Murano or Murano-esque, I'm not sure which, beads on a necklace, my lariat, enameled, hand beaded shoulder duster earrings. There's a lot here. 1990s Monet. No, I didn't show all that. The costume jewelry rings, that are just for funsies, and a few household items. But I feel good. Kink. Kathy, that would actually be. I should send it. I should send it as a gift. That would be funny. It would fit around my ankle, but I don't know about other people. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so y'all, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you hanging out. Kathy, I always appreciate you. Kat, I hope you're okay. And If you watch on the replay and you're interested in anything, let me know. I'll show a couple of the items I brought tomorrow, along with a bunch of new stuff, or different stuff, or whatever. I am going to go start thinking about dinner, and I am on tomorrow with just jewelry at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 Eastern. And and then, wow. In the morning, I think I'm going to try to go to the sheepdog trials, but I probably won't make it. But Saturday will be like hours and hours at the fair. And hopefully Sunday morning, the early sheepdog trials. I always say I'm going to make it, and then I don't. But this year, I am going to. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone have a fantastic evening. Kathy, have fun with your rearranging of your room and the cardboard pulley. Good night, everyone. Bye.